What's up, Trainee Axe? Welcome to this week's Triathlon News Day Wednesday. Nothing says just got back from a hellish 36 hours of flying like a tie and a Scody muscle shirt. But anyway, we are doing this week's Triathlon News Day where Ironman announces the biggest broadcasting deal, well, besides NBC, in company history. Tim Don continues the best, that actually is the best, comeback in 2018, and we announce the awesome results of the Kickstarter. It took a while, but we're gonna go with it. So what's up, triathletes? Welcome to this week's Triathlon News Day, where we talk about all of the triathlonisms going around in the triathlon world over the previous week. As always, all of the links to full videos that you can watch on YouTube will be in the description below, and make sure you stick around till the end where we talk about everyone's favorite part of Triathlon News Day, a story of the TRAINIAC community. Now, to start off, Ironman announced a partnership with Facebook where they will be live streaming 16 races over the course of the remainder of 2018. They're going to be doing races like Ironman Frankfurt, Half Ironman Worlds, and of course, Kona. It started off this weekend with Ironman France, and getting into Ironman France, it was won for the 5th time by Frederik Van Lierde. Now, Frederik won that race in 8:35:32, and the women's side of the race was won by Caroline Abraham in 9:11:59. Now, speaking of repeat champs, Half Ironman Mont Tremblant was won for the 4th year in a row by Canadian Lionel Sanders in 3:40:58. That was a win by over 3 minutes from the next closest competitor, and the women's side of the race was won by Meredith Kessler, who won for the 2nd time in a month, solidifying that she is back from having her first child last year. Congratulations to you both. Now, one of the biggest stories going on right now is Tim Don, the man with the halo, making his comeback to triathlon. He told us in a podcast just a couple of weeks ago that he was towing the line at Half Ironman Costa Rica, which he did admit didn't have the stiffest competition, but having just got out of the halo months ago after suffering a severe broken neck that forced him to have screws in his head to keep his head steady and come back to the sport of triathlon that he loved, he admits that he wasn't sure how it was going to go, but he was very eager to come back. Well, how did it go? Tim Don won his first race since that severe neck injury, and Tim won very convincingly, winning by over 5 minutes. The women's side of the race was won by Lauren Goss, so congratulations to you both. Awesome to see you coming back, Tim. One of the best sportsing stories out there right now. Now, speaking of podcast, a new segment in Triathlon News Day is letting you know what's going on with the Triathlon Taren podcast, which is the most highly reviewed triathlon podcast in the world. Just on Sunday, we released the final transformation story of this month with Ian Harding, man who lost over 100 pounds and has since qualified for USA Nationals and used triathlon to change his life. Coming up, we'll actually be releasing bonus episodes covering Half Ironman Coeur d'Alene, talking to Matt Hanson just hours after the race, and I will be doing another episode talking about how my race went and how I saw the pro race with Matt Hanson and female winner Haley Chura winning unfold from a distance. I saw them about 2 or 3 times for like half a second. They're fast. Now, hugest news in the triathlon world as far as in this garage goes. On Sunday, basically as soon as I crossed the finish line, the Kickstarter campaign to launch the Team TRAINIAC training platform ended, raising 14 times our goal, roughly about $43,000 Canadian. So thank you all the TRAINIACs who supported that, whether you are going to be on the platform or not, or you just donated and want to support me. I appreciate it so much. The fact that so many of you hopped on board isn't just going to allow us to make that platform better, roll out features gradually was the intention, but we're gonna be able to include a lot of those features right from the start. Excellent user design because we'll be able to hire a designer, and it is actually gonna go a really long way to making this thing possible for the long term. As far as timing goes, if you are wondering, probably over the next 2 to 4 weeks, the beta program will be ready. And over the course of the following 2 to 3 months, we'll be ironing out little bits of the design, asking for feedback from you. We'll be uploading all of the database of workouts, which has actually grown to about 3,700 workouts. And I expect that within about 3 to 4 months from now, it'll be available to the public, and then all of the Kickstarter backers can initiate their free trial that they get for backing on Kickstarter at that point, or down the road if you're not ready to start using it. Now, let's get into the Trainee Axe story. This is from Rob Nastasi in Florida, who says, "Hi Taren, I love the YouTube channel." Thanks, we do too. "When I was a kid, I wanted to do triathlon, but I was always too scared to try. As I got older, I realized that I just needed to do it. I told one buddy at work about wanting to do a race, and he told me to do a local 15K run first. I told him I'd never run before, but with his encouragement, I felt that if I could do that, I could achieve my goal of a triathlon. I started running by 100 yards at a time and walking 100 yards at a time, slowly building up to a 2-mile total run. I signed up for the run and completed 15K in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I had no idea how to pace. A few months later, I completed my first sprint triathlon. I almost gave up within the first few miles on the bike, taking a break, getting over to the side of a bridge, but with people seeing me cramping and sucking wind, they started encouraging me, and I was determined to get back on my bike. I finished my sprint in a bit over 2 hours. Despite my pain, seeing my family cheer me on at T2 nearly brought me to tears. The support and positive energy from my family and the triathlon community is awesome. Today, 3 years after that first race, I've now completed 6 triathlons and 4 running races, now have a 122 for a 15K run, and my last sprint was a 112, smoking hot. I just purchased a Cervelo P2, having slowly progressed from a road bike, then from a road bike to a road bike with aero bars. I have 3 more tries over 2018, and I'm increasing my distances, now up to the Olympic distance, and I'm hoping to do a 70.3 next year, and in 2020, complete my first full Ironman at the age of 39. I've had injuries, mainly a recurrent IT band on the left, but it hasn't stopped me. I've become pescatarian and have lost 20 pounds along the way. The confidence and positive energy I get from triathlon is the reason I enjoy it so much. I want to add that since I've started this journey, my wife has started the Couch Potato to 5K program, and then later completed her first half marathon before the birth of her 3rd child. It is on track to do her 2nd half later this year. All the best, Rob." So thanks very much for your story, Rob. The reason why I wanted to share it is because it's not like he's lost 100 pounds or overcome a life-ending disease. He's an average guy doing average things, but the thing about it is that those average things alone are enough to change his lifestyle for the better. Motivating people around him, with your wife getting into it and your family getting into it. And I think that there's this big thought that unless you are an Ironman, you're accomplishing amazing things and constantly PBing, it's not worth it. But really what Rob has shown here is that little bits of improvements in your life have a trickle effect to make your overall life better and your family life better. And that's enough. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Rob. Congratulations to your wife, and good luck in your next race. Thanks to everyone for watching this week's Triathlon Newsday Tuesday. If you aren't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and if you are subscribed, hit the like button. In other news, we are opening a gun shop. It's very hard to get on the plane with these. I know. I missed a lot of flights to get home. You think you're funny?